Hi,
Welcome to the ReView, brought to you by
Marissa.
and Jasmine.
And this is a show where any one of us or any of you can come together and talk about all things media.
Whether it's games, movies, shows, or music, this is the place to be.
And today we're talking about one of Netflix's biggest, actually, I think it might be Netflix's biggest movie of the summer, K-pop Demon Hunter.
Yes.
Okay, so we want to tell them what the movie is about.
So, a basic synopsis would be that K-pop Demon Hunters is about a K-pop girl group that is trying to protect the world by building something called the Honmun through their music and through the support from fans. And they have to battle demons that try to destroy this Honmun.
Now, thinking about like the concept itself, it's kind of crazy. Like it's actually when you think about it, oh yeah, these girls are singing songs and fighting demons using their music and using their fans. Like how do you think? Like when you saw the synopsis and you were like, "Oh, this movie's coming out," and it was like June, right?
Yeah.
Like what did you think?
I thought it was super interesting seeing the parallel. It kind of gave like Hannah Montana vibes where they're two different people. Like to all their fans and stuff, they're like this cutesy, fun girl group. This like they create music and stuff. But then when there's no fans around and when the demons come out, they have their own weapons and like they have like skills and they actually fight.
Yeah, like for me, I didn't even think about Hannah Montana. Like that's a really good point. Like the best of both worlds, you know what I'm saying? Like, but for me, I'm a big fan of anime, and I was recently, I think earlier this year is when I started it. I started watching a show called Demon Slayer. So like I was already in the vibe of like demon hunting characters, but when it was like, oh yeah, they use music, I was like, this sounds ridiculous, and I want to watch it, and I think that's why I wanted to watch it because I was like, this is a musical, by the way, and I was like, music, love. I love K-pop. I love musicals, but also like demon hunting, like that's so. I think you're saying unique.
Yeah.
Like it's so unique. So I was like, okay, you have to give it a try.
Yeah.
Like I feel like even if you're like, no, this sounds way too like out of this world, too ridiculous, I think you should give it a try. But like
That's what makes it better.
yeah, exactly. Like
I had like a kind of like the opposite way of getting into it. I've not seen like a lot of anime, but I love K-pop and I'm very big into Stray Kids. And so when I saw this movie released, I was like, I should try watching that.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
When you like Stray Kids, that's a topic for another episode. But like, so we're gonna try and keep this as spoiler free as we can from here on out. But there might be like slight spoilers if we just kind of go too far. We're gonna try not to. Yeah, some flip ups. I didn't mean to hit you.
There you go.
But like we're gonna try and keep it to a minimum. So actually, first, maybe we should talk about Bobby.
Well, Bob, okay.
I love Bobby.
Yes, he is Huntrix's, that is the girl group. He's their manager.
Yeah, and he's probably, I would say probably like my favorite character because he's very understanding, very supportive of the girls.
Yeah.
He's played by, I should say this, Ken Jeong, who is, you may know him from things like The Hangover, or I think he's a Community too, the show. He's a comedian, actor, doctor, actually, which is wild.
I know that.
Yeah, he's like an actual like licensed doctor.
That's
I think he's an
crazy.
MD. But he kind of adds like this wholesomeness while also being kind of comedic in a way. Like it's very different than Ken Jeong's like other roles. Like usually he plays like this kind of I don't even like kind of out of pocket sometimes.
Yeah.
His characters are, but like Bobby is such a kind, gentle, like he's like the dad. He's like their dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I would say that.
Because we don't get to see Hendrix's parents
No.
a lot, right? Yeah, but like, so that role is filled in by Bobby,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing their relationship throughout the movie, chef's kiss, and I love it so much.
Yes.
Do you
Like a
have a
favorite
character? Yeah, do you have a favorite character?
Ooh. That is so hard. Without spoilers, I would probably say my favorite character is Baby
Oh,
from
really?
the boy group, the Saja Boys. I would say, I don't know, I just feel like he doesn't have a lot of lines, but he's just super funny. He's really funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like when he does when he does deliver his lines, you kind of like
Yeah.
you're like taken aback because you're like, wait.
You're like, wait, this is a grown man.
Yeah, it's like, why are they calling him baby if he has like the deepest voice of the group? Which I think that's like part of
Yes.
the like appeal and the point
Mhm.
a little bit. Like it's kind of this what is it? Juxtaposition? Is that the right word?
I think.
I think we're not English majors, okay? Let's get that straight, okay? But like there's this like difference because I also don't want to get into spoilers, but the Saja boys, from what I've seen, actually kind of represent things that are kind of wrong with the K-pop industry as a whole. And like for Baby, it's this infantilization that, you know, idols have to deal with.
Yeah.
Like they have, like, I don't know, like you're in K-pop, you know.
Yeah.
So like
Felix
yeah, like Felix
from
like,
Stray Kids.
Felix from Stray Kids, he's a grown man, but like they'll treat him like a child, and that's kind of like what Baby represents. Like that's a grown man, but you're treating him like a child because he's like cute.
Yeah.
He's like cutesy, like based on his face alone, like not his like personality.
Yeah.
Because he, not gonna say it. Well, I mean, I guess it's probably not.
When
bad.
he sings,
Yeah.
there's a switch up where he has a baby face, but he is like the deeper voice, like rap kind of
he
part,
does
the
rap
faster
too,
pace
yeah.
part of the Saja Boys.
Yeah, because like, I didn't even think about that as a topic of like talking about what they represent, like, because Abby, we're not gonna explain like too deep into like their characters, but like Abby is very
Superficial.
shallow, kind of like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that word. The word I was gonna think. But no,
Just loved for his muscles, his
looks, his muscles, very like shallow views because people like don't see idols as people sometimes also, like, so there's like that difference, and they kind of seem one-dimensional,
Yeah.
the Saja boys, like at first glance, because that's sometimes how, you know, like idols are viewed, like
Yes.
for their looks, for you know, their songs, and then like that's it, like they're not like people in a sense.
Yeah.
And I think the Saja boys like really represent that.
Yeah, I think they
Well.
perfectly represent it. It's like most K-pop groups, they have like titles or roles, and like that is the only way that they are seen through media or represented. Like, this is the cute one, this is the hot one, this is
the face of
shy
the group.
one.
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
all have like little titles. Yeah. That's a good point. Like the only title that really kind of would stick, or I guess should matter, is like, oh yeah, who's the oldest, and like who's the maknae, like who's the youngest.
Yeah.
Like who cares like how. No, okay, wait, maybe not who cares about the personality, because obviously we care, but like when you kind of shrink them
Yeah.
into these categories, like the Saja boys, Abby for his abs, Baby for his baby face,
Romance just for like the
the
appeal?
vibe,
The
yeah,
vibe,
like the boyfriend, like mystery for like the you don't see his face throughout the entire film, and that's not a spoiler based off his name. Like that's kind of his persona. But like when you categorize them like this, you make them one dimensional. And I think, oh my god, and I like that just made me realize that Chinu is like the only one with like a name. With depth.
Yeah, with an actual name.
Yeah, with like an actual.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Because Abby is just like his abs. Like that's why it's called Abby. But like Chinu is the only one that actually
has a name and has more than like 10 lines.
He actually has conversations, and I think that's a testament to like when we're watching the movie, we get to learn more about Chinu and his connections to like the human world and the demon world, which is a big plot point. Let me tell you, which we won't though, because we're not gonna spoil it.
Yes.
But just know that what we've said, based on the fact that he's the only Saja boy with like real dimension, his story comes into play a lot throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But enough about the Saja boys.
Yes.
Let's talk about our girls.
Yes, Huntrix.
Huntrix. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a bias?
Oh. Okay, so there's Zoe, Mira, and Rumi.
Yes.
I would probably say Rumi is my favorite.
Oh my god, me too.
I love Rumi.
Like I love them all,
yes.
but I love Rumi. And I think I would probably say like maybe no, I was gonna say like it'd be Zoe Mira, but like I think Mira and Zoe are like very tied for me.
Yeah.
Like wait, why is Rumi your favorite?
Oh, okay. I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay, that's true.
I would say I think Rumi just seemed like someone I could, well, I don't want to say connect with because I'm not that.
Right, yeah.
But I feel like she does have more character depth in the movie than the other two characters. I feel like they all three of them I feel like have a lot more than the Saja boys.
Right.
But it really drives in more on Rumi.
Yeah.
Like she's kind of like the main character in a sense. But I would say she's my favorite because I like seeing her come back from her struggles. I like seeing her triumph and fight through all of her struggles. And I like that she kind of is like the middle balance for the other two.
Oh yeah.
I feel in a sense.
Like she's kind of that bridge between them because Zoe's very like I don't know, hyper. I don't know if that's like the right word.
Bubbly.
There you go. She's very bubbly. She's outgoing. She's kind of hyper. Where Mira is very like, she's chill. She's laid back, but she can also be kind of like the aggressive, in quotes, aggressive one of the three. She's very like, she like in one of the songs, she was like, in Golden actually.
Yeah.
She said. She refers to herself as the wild child. Like she was like the problem child in her family growing up. And she's like, well, now that's how I make money.
Yeah.
And that's such a slight, first of all.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Because Rumi is kind of like, she's, I think, a picture of what like a perfect idol.
Yeah.
Like a perfect female idol would be.
Yeah.
And I think that's why her story is so important too. Because like Chinu, and like you said, she's like the main character in this movie. So like that's why her story is more focused on. But we get to see that she's actually not the perfect idol.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say why.
No. But she's just had like being, I don't think this is a spoiler, but she is related to a past K-pop idol who I think they were like the Sunshine Sisters.
Sunshine, something like that.
Something like that. Where basically being from this kind of like K-pop lineage, she has already these higher expectations on her. And she is made to be like the face of the three in Huntrix. So she is like, she's meant to be like, this is
like the poster child.
Yeah, the poster child.
Yeah.
She's meant to be like the perfect one, like the main one, just like she has to be it. She has to be on it.
Yeah. Like we didn't even talk about it. We didn't mention her at all, but like Celine. Celine is Bobby's their manager, Huntrix manager, but Celine is kind of the woman that takes care of them.
She's like an aunt and like a mentor when it comes to fighting the demons.
Right, yeah. She's like the hunter side of Huntrix.
Yeah.
And she raised Rumi because this is at the beginning of the movie. It's not a spoiler, I promise. Rumi's mother passed away, and so she raised her. And you said, oh my god, you mentioned, I forgot. You mentioned the Sunshine Sisters, and you didn't say, because I think Celine might have also been in the Sunshine Sisters.
Yes, I don't think she was the main one, but she was in the Sunshine Sisters.
Yeah, probably like
that's
Zoe
why I was
or
saying,
the Mira.
like the K-pop lineage.
Yeah, like the Sunshine Sisters, Rumi's mom, Celine, and others. But we didn't mention also that it goes back further than that, like further than just the Sunshine Sisters. It goes back to the Joseon era, which is like the Joseon Kingdom, and that's, you know, when, if you watch K-dramas and there's like historical with the hanboks and the traditional Korean houses and architecture, that's where it that's kind of where the idea of music slaying baddies started. So yeah, it's like a really long lineage.
It's basically through like the multitude of generations, there is like not a K-pop group, but there is a group of like Korean singers that come up like periodically to fight the demons and create, like, try to secure the Honmun.
Yeah, like re-secure it.
Yeah.
And what else will we talk about? So we talked about a lot of the characters. Except Derpy and Sussy. Actually, these are the best characters in the show. So do you want to tell them what?
Okay, so basically, you can talk more about the history and the significance of these characters. But Derpy and Sussy, Derpy is basically this blue tiger that can like teleport kind of through like portals that it creates. And then Sussy is just this little magpie that kind of tags along with Derpy and steals his hat.
This little tiny hat, which actually looks like it's for Sussy, but then Gino tells us that Derpy steals it.
No, that was made for Derpy.
Oh, that's made for Derpy. Yeah, I did it backwards. No, but so this is one of the kind of many traditional, like, cultural aspects of the movie, which, first of all, before I say anything, is a testament to how much care and how much time was put into this movie, because I think it's a fully Korean team of writers. I think so. And, like, you know, maybe not like the directors and things like that, but definitely like the writers. So being able to tell such an authentic story, amazing, because authenticity is missing a lot when we get to experience these cultural stories. So I'm glad that we got to have that. But Derpy and Sussy actually come from a painting or a story, a folklore painting, I think, called the Jakhodo. Jakhodo? Yeah. And Derpy, which is what it sounds like. He's like this derpy tiger. He's kind of like, you wouldn't think he knows what he's doing.
The two characters are like a bit of a comic relief in the movie. Yeah.
And in this painting, Derpy represents the authorities, like the government, but like the higher ups in society, and the magpie, Sussy, they're obviously not named in the paintings, but like the magpie represents us, like it represents the people, like not us, the Korean people, to kind of show the difference of like, these are just higher ups that don't really care about anything and don't think and only think about themselves, and they're just not as smart as the humans. Sorry, I'm in the K-pop Demon Hunter world. The population as much. Like, we're together, we're like the working class, and you know, we're kind of smart is what they would say, maybe. So sorry if I misrepresented that, but I did look it up a while ago for a paper. So I think that's about as spoiler free.
I think so.
We can get.
Yeah.
Because the more we talk, the more I'm gonna be like, this is what happened, ABCXYZ. Let's talk about it. But what would be the one thing you would say to try and get people? Actually, before that, on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, what would you give? What would you give K-pop Demon Hunters, and why?
Oh, that's a really good question. I would probably give it, maybe like, maybe 4 stars. Four
Okay,
stars.
okay.
I would say because this was like outside like research or just stuff I saw where they had like deleted scenes that I wish were in the movie.
Right, yeah.
And I feel like, and I think I read that maybe it was Netflix or someone had them cut it shorter than it was supposed to be.
Right.
So there was supposed to be so much more like lore and depth into the movie that we didn't get. So I think that would make it a 4 out of 5. But it is so good. Please watch it. It's so good, and the music is amazing.
Oh yeah, the
Yes.
music. It actually just, I think, I don't know if it's like the album as a whole, maybe not the deluxe, but like the original, or if it's just Golden that just went platinum.
Really?
Yeah, they actually performed live. Huntrix performed live, the 3 singer voices, because they have singing voices and then they have the actors. So like they're 2 separate. But the singers just performed on Jimmy Fallon. So if you want a sneak peek of what they sound like in the movie, you can watch Jimmy Fallon, Huntrix, or Jimmy Fallon Golden, look it up. But they just went platinum and he got to announce it to them. So like that, they found out like live and it was so cool. And to see like their hard work paying off, it was amazing. But yes, I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I would probably, I'm a sucker. Like I think I want to give it 5 stars because I think it's because I didn't see the deleted scenes. I know that. So you know what? Maybe I'll put it down a little bit. I'll do like 4.7.
Okay.
Like the tiniest bit down.
Yeah.
I think it's because I didn't see the deleted scenes, like you said, but I also would have liked to see the full thing, like, because it's supposed to be like what, almost 3 hours probably?
Yeah.
Like something around there. I would have loved to see it, but I also think they told the story effectively in the time that they had.
Yeah.
Now there are parts where I was like, oh, I kind of wish there was more. So like 100% I understand that. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. The music, and I think the music for me is like what takes it over the top.
Yeah.
Because like that's why my thing is so high. I love it. Like when it first came out, people were like, this is the kind of music we want from K-pop. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Like it shows off their vocals. It shows off of their kind of, not how I keep wanting to say duality. It's not right. Like
their range.
Yeah. Because we have things like Golden, but we have like How It's Done, Takedown.
Yes.
For the Saja Boys, we have Your Idol, we have Soda Pop. So like shows the range of what K-pop can be, and it kind of pushes the boundaries of like what it should be, or like actually what it used to be.
Yeah.
Back in like the second generation, because K-pop does have generations, in case you didn't know. But I think, do you have anything else to add?
I guess just like evidently the music really drives it. I believe that the Saja Boys, or Huntrix and or the Saja Boys, were like the highest grossing K-pop band.
Yes.
Which is crazy because they are like fictional. And they like beat all of these existing K-pop groups.
Yeah, which like is why I think people were like, oh, this is what K-pop should be, because clearly, obviously music is not all about the numbers. Let's get it straight. But one of the biggest critiques of K-pop now is that they rely more on like dance than they do vocals or like actual rapping technique. So yeah, I think people are like, yeah, this is what we want. Like,
Yes.
this is it. Please give it to us.
I mean, it was in like the top 10 for a while for a reason.
Yeah, like it wasn't even just like a couple of songs. It was like all the songs.
Yeah.
All the songs were on the chart.
All the songs were, I'm pretty sure, in the top 10 of the top 100. And the movie itself was in Netflix's top 10 movies for like several weeks.
And if it's anything, not only that, but like the sing-along version, also in the top 10.
Yes.
And they also had, like, they released it in theaters. Like, to go from Netflix to theaters, guys, like, that's testament. Like, that tells us enough. Like, please, please watch K-pop Demon Hunters and let us know what you think. But I think that's all we have time for, right?
I think so.
So thank you for watching the first episode of the review. I'm Marissa.
And I'm Jasmine.
See you next time.
Bye.